Hello again, welcome back to Sivas to Learn. Again, another session on grammar. So, we've been covering tenses. As I mentioned in my earlier session that there are 24 tenses, 12 active and 12 passive. Basically, present, past, future. These three tenses are universal for any languages, right? So, based on these three tenses, we just developed the rest of the 24 tenses. Okay, so I'm going to cover that one. So 12 active tenses. I will explain to you what active and what passive tenses are. But so 12 active and 12 passive. So active tenses I just covered. Present simple, present continuous, present perfect continuous. Some people call this one as a present progressive, but we will stick with present continuous. So simply you have to replace this present to past, then past simple, past continuous, past perfect, past perfect continuous. Again, present you just replace with future, future simple, future continuous, future perfect continuous. So easier to remember that. Only you have to remember simple, then replace that one here, then continuous, replace here, and perfect, replace here, and present perfect continuous, replace here. The one thing you will be noticing again, this verb, I is subject, study is verb. So this verb is actually taking different form according to their tenses, right? See, study, am studying, have studied, have been studying, studied, was studying, had been studying, will study, will be studying, will have studied, will have been studying, right? So this is the subject doesn't change, the object doesn't change, but this verb part is actually changing. This is the important thing that you have to remember. So the difference between active and passive voice, right? For an example, the professor teaches the students. The professor is a subject, teaches verb, action, the student receiving the action, right? So the action is subject of the sentence, the thing receiving the action is the object, right? So the one who is doing the action is subject here, and the receiving the action is object. You see, professor is doing the action and students are receiving, so this is active. But the same sentence, same meaning, same context can be said in the passive form as well, right? The students are taught by the professor. You see, now this one is taking passive form verb, are taught. Now the actually subject is receiving the action, so the student is the subject of this sentence, and the professor is doing the action is actually becoming at the end of the sentence. So, but people don't use this one quite often. You see, the professor teaches the students, right? 1, 2, 3. But the students are taught by the professor. Number of words are more. One thing. The other one is actually little more complicated. Sometimes the meanings are easier to express using active voices. So most of the time use active voice if possible, but sometimes if you are doing lab or something, then you may have to use it passive tenses in your lab report. Okay, good luck, and I will teach you the passive voices in the next session. Sivas to Learn.